Hello everybody, this is a rack for my CRF250L. It is made by Man Racks, and I got the version with the Rotopax bracket plate in place. Now this rack did not come with this. This is something I just bolted on. I drilled out the holes here. This plate came with my Rotopax stuff. I put a little bit bigger bolts in it, but these are not nylon locking nuts. I would suggest using those, or if you're doing what I'm doing, I've got a lock washer, but I also put blue Loctite on here. Another thing I did was I cut some thin neoprene to put on this rack, and that will keep the Rotopax jug from getting a hole wore into it from sitting on the rack, or getting some dirt in between my two tanks, because I do have two of them. Because I noticed on one of my rides, you can see it here and here, I had some sand in there and it was rubbing, the tanks are rubbing together, and it was kind of wearing a hole in them. So I just used a thin piece of neoprene, and then eventually this will go on with my locking mount, and then that will sit on the back of my CRF250L. And it is possible to mount this, just this piece on at 90 degrees from there, so your tanks sit on like this, but I didn't really like that, because what it does when the tank's sitting on it like this, you don't really have room to put web straps in the back, and you can't really get to your tie down loop here. But it also puts all the weight of those gas tanks on the rear brackets, and that's getting your weight way back out there on the tail, and I didn't want to do that. So that's a quick overview of it, and I'll throw it on the bike now. It's only 4 bolts to do that. Okay, to put this rack on the bike, you need to take these bolts out. I've already got this one loose. And after you take these bolts out for the seat, it just slides back and comes off. After you remove the seat, you need to remove these 2 bolts on the back here. Now to install the rack, you start at the back, you bring the rear brackets down underneath your rear fender, and slide it forward. Okay, now this part's a little tricky. You need to get your washer back inside here. Okay, and then you need to install the bolt back into that hole. Like that. Then just repeat the procedure on the other side. Okay, on the front we need to use a spacer, but we also need to put our factory washer back in. So we put that in, and then we put the spacer in. And we slide the new bolt in place. Now, for what it's worth, I did this without the seat on. You do need to have the seat on to put these bolts in, but I just wanted to give you a close-up with the bolt exposed. So it'll end up looking something like that, and obviously your seat will go in here.